Hey everyone, welcome back to Simply Best Crafts. I'm not going to waste too much time, but this one is another collab for Just Our Imagination. It's hosted by Rustic and Lace DIYs, Kathy Jo DIYs, and our special guest is Craft Classy. So let's get into it. Hope you enjoy! Alright everyone, so again, Rustic and Lace DIYs, Kathy Jo, and Crafting Classy. This is also a shout out to Brenda's birthday. It was on the 7th. We are doing a recreate one of Brenda's crafts. So I chose her Highland cows, as you've seen right there. So we're gonna get started into that right now. I did mine, of course, a little bit different. She actually had fabric that she picked up, and I'm not sure exactly where she picked it up at. I think she said that she picked it up at Hobby Lobby. I went to Walmart and picked up mine. I actually just bought mine off of their like fabric rolls and stuff that they have. So I went and did that. I got a whole yard for like $14. But I can make tons of these, so I cut mine down, and I was kind of playing around with how I was going to do this. I'm using a 2x4. She had her fabric that she got from Dollar Tree. I had mine in the garage, and I'm kind of just folding the edge on here because I kind of wanted it a clean edge. Because I kind of did it in the front of where I wanted my Highland cow. I wasn't thinking, so that's the reason why I did that. I also left that little flap up there on the top. I'm doing, like I said, I'm doing mine a little bit different. I kind of wanted my Highland cow to have a comb over, so I got some. I'm drawing a blank, you guys. I got some felt and just cut it into little patches, and I'm just gluing that down to the front of it like that. And then I grabbed some polyfill, and I am just stuffing that in a little bit into his little nose. And I start out small, and I am just gluing it around like you would glue down a little pillow. And I'm just pushing that down very slightly, and then I'm pushing it up as far as I will go to get it away from the hot glue. And I'm doing this very slowly so my fingers and the hot glue don't get in the way of the glue, basically. And then I cut out some ears from felt as well. Just do kind of like little teardrops, kind of like, or even kind of like little petals of some sort. And then I just kind of pinch it with a little bit of hot glue, and I'm not going to glue them on right now. I'm just kind of showing you. And then I can never find the rollers that Brenda used in her DIYs that she used for horns, so I had to go with clay. So I'm using this Crayola air dry clay. So I'm kind of just forming horns out. I didn't realize this clay took 2 to 3 days to dry. I figured it was going to be a little bit quicker than that, but anyway. So I did end up gluing them down wet, but it works out fine. So I glue it down up there at the very top of my little guy. And then this is when I kind of do my comb over. Well, I do kind of glue. Okay, so I kind of tuck. I want that sleek edge again. I don't want that to kind of show that. I don't want to show the rough edge. So I want that to show because that's going to be, yeah, combed over to his front. So you can kind of see what I'm doing here, and I'm just gluing that to hold everything down. There is going to be little spaces up here at the top, and that's kind of where we're going to fill in our little ears. And I do make 2 of these, you guys, but I only show you 1. So this is just kind of where we're going to put our little ears in. I did not get different colors. Both of mine are the same color. But I had to make these. I saw Brenda make them when she made them, and I fell in love with them. And when we had to do this challenge, this is something that Kathy Jo was adamant about us doing since it was a celebration of her birthday month. This was her challenge item for us, was to create one of Brenda's items. So we got to choose which item we wanted to create, and this is the one I chose to create. And I do end up painting the antlers later on. You'll see them in the final reveal that I do end up painting them brown because they don't stand out. So I wanted them to stand out a little bit more. And then I decided I was going to pick one to be a girl and a boy, kind of like Brenda did. So I chose to make a little lace bow, and I put a little lace bow on one of them, and then I gave one a little bow tie. And there we go. I also didn't have pink felt, so I used little buttons instead of the pink felt in the nose. But DIY number 2. Also, our second DIY challenge item was a wooden spool, a ribbon spool. And so I am just taking a one of these ribbon spools that I had left over, and I am taking some rope from Walmart, and I am just wrapping it completely around. I actually wrap this all the way around. I stop here because I wanted to show you that in the middle of this, right now I'm just getting rid of all of the hot glue strands. If you guys didn't know that little hack, I wrap a little piece of paper towel in the middle of this to kind of get that middle up to level with my the outside of it. I wanted it to be level with the rest of the cardboard that I have here. And then we're just going to wrap the rest of this completely around. Before I get too far into it though, I did take a little dowel rod and I stuck it down into that little opening there, where my paper towel was. And then I can continue wrapping. I do wrap the back side, the front side, the sides, all of it. And then I take red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. I actually had to make my own purple because I didn't have it. I do not show you all of this because I don't have... I mean, that would be a really long video. But I do start showing you a little bit how I'm doing this. I am trying to make a lollipop. And I wanted like the circus lollipops that you get. So we are kind of doing kind of like a spiral thing. I started out with my red, and we're kind of doing a spiral look. And I start off with red, and then I'm going to go with orange, yellow, and kind of go that direction. At first, I did not like the way it turned out, or the way it was looking. It looked really, really odd, and it just wasn't looking right at all. But after it was getting, I'm kind of just showing you the top layer. After I actually was getting going and everything, it was starting to look a little bit better, but it still looked really, I was not liking it at all. I was like, this is going to be the worst project ever. I'm probably going to have to try to think of something else. It just wasn't working. But after it all gets done, it actually turns out decent. Here's where I put my purple in. And I do kind of fill in a couple of edges again with the red, but you kind of get in the gist of it. And like I said, I do go in and go on the sides, the back. I filled in the entire thing. We're kind of going in for like a circus lollipop, like I said. And then here's the final product here. I was okay with the little white parts because if you actually look at the circus lollipops, they do have the white showing up. So I kind of added a little to this. Since we had a circus lollipop, I wanted to do a little clown to hold it. So we're gonna kind of make a big gnome. So I dumped in the rest of my rice. We're gonna make him. I mean, I had to kind of go big enough to where the lollipop wasn't gonna tower him. I mean, I wanted him to look substantial enough to where the lollipop was gonna be. So we filled his bottom pretty full with polyfill, and then I stuffed him pretty good. I grabbed this kind of rainbow looking beard. I figured that would be a good one for a clown. I hope nobody's scared of clowns. He's a cute clown though. I did kind of go too far into down with my glue. I was thinking my beard was too low. But anyway. So I glued down my beard. And then we're going to put on this hat here. I'm kind of trying to figure out where my length is. I want the hat to stand up a little bit. And then you're going to cut however tall you want him to be. It's going to kind of depend on what you want. And then I'm going to cut that in half. And then I'm going to cut that in half again. And then this is new for anybody that's watched my gnome videos in the past. I'm going to grab some pipe cleaners and I'm going to fold them in half. And we're going to roll them inside the little fabric. And we're going to roll that up. This is going to allow them to be able to bend their arms. And we're going to do the same thing to the second arm here. We're just going to glue it down and then roll a little bit more. And you're going to kind of want to make sure they're even. Here I'm just grabbing a couple of beads. I'm going to grab one for his nose because I wanted his nose to be a little bit bigger since he is a bigger clown. And because he is a clown, we're going to want it to be a big nose. And then I'm grabbing 2 for his hands. And it's out of frame, so I apologize for that. But I'm just putting a substantial amount of glue into the little end there. And I'm just stuffing the bead down. And then again, it's out of frame. But I am going to I grabbed some of this lace. And I'm just gluing the lace around the edge of the arm there to make it look like he has, lacy arms, like most clowns have that little detailing around the ruffle of their suits. So now we're going to we're going to glue down his arms here. I'm going to stuff his arms up into his hat a little bit. You want to make sure that they're up high enough to where they ain't going to peek out. And then I do bend his arm a little bit. I glue the hat down on top of it, and then I glue the arm down behind or underneath the hat. Just like that. You want to make sure your beard stays out of there as well. And we're going to stuff his hat a little bit. And then we're going to glue the hat down and back so that doesn't move. Now we're going to lift up that little rim in front and we're going to kind of brush away that excess beard. I'm going to get some of this candy apple red and we're going to paint his little nose red. Once that's all dry, we're going to stick that right down with some hot glue. These ones have a little bit of bead on them, so as what I do is I glue right where the little holes are, and then stick the hat right over where that hot glue is, so that hole where that bead is covered. And then I also stick the hole with the hot glue down where the beard is too. So this is where I'm going to cut my lollipop down. I snip it because the stick is way too long. I kept it long because I didn't know how big we were going to make him. I'm trying to figure out how I wanted to do him. He does have a little hole in his hand, but the stick is going to be too wide to stick it down in there. So what I do is I grab my X-Acto knife, and I apologize for being out of frame on this. I should have zoomed out, but I'm actually sharpening the end on it to make it more of like a skewer pick. And I wish I would have shown you guys because you kind of see it a little bit. But I just get it to enough to where he can stick it down into a little hole on the bead of his on his hand. And I just glue that right down and stick it right into that little hole on his hand, so he can actually hold it. But it is very top heavy because of all that rope. So I'm actually going to glue it to his hat so he'll keep it upright. And now we're going to finish off his hat. I'm going to put a little rubber band on there. And then I'm going to grab a little red ball and stick it to the top of his hat. And then I'm going to finish it off with a little bit of that lace. And just tie it in a little knot. And then down at the bottom here, I just thought he needed a couple of little more red balls for his little outfit. So we're just gonna glue a couple of them down. One at the very bottom of his beard, and then one towards the bottom there. And you'll see more of him at the final reveal. Sorry I didn't take pictures, you guys. So guys, I just wanted to stop in quick. I did kind of already open the package. I already kind of knew that it was coming. She did reach out to me. But I am going to give a little bit of a shout out to one of my sweet subscribers. She has been a subscriber for quite a while now. She has been watching my channel for a while. And she reached out to me and said that she wanted to send me a sweet gift. Now, I am going to be completely honest with you guys. I do not have a P.O. box. So if you guys ever are trying to find that, it is not in my description box or anything like that. So that's why she had to reach out to me. And I don't give my address out to just anybody. We have been communicating for a while. Like I said, we've talked, and she's also friends with me on Facebook and stuff like that. So it's not like I don't talk to her and know her through for a few years. Okay. Anyway, I'm rambling, but I mentioned in a video a little while back that I do not have an iron, and I don't have one of the little iron presses and stuff like that. Some people have like the ones that go along with the Cricut and stuff like that. So I do a lot of my decoupaging kind of the old-fashioned way, with just the paintbrush and, you know, smoothing it on with the roller and stuff like that, and all that. Well, she wanted to send me a gift, and she did already tell me what it was, but I wasn't expecting it to come a day early. So I did open it because I wasn't expecting anything from Amazon. Not thinking. So I did actually open the package. So I did open it already, but I wanted to do a little bit of a shout out on here because it was just a sweet gesture from her. So she did give me a little mini iron from Amazon, and she did say that they're only $10 on Amazon. So if you guys, if any of my subscribers out there that do not have, or any crafters even that are watching this that do not have one of these, I didn't know that they were that cheap, I guess, on Amazon. But she was very sweet and said that I was very deserving of it, and I appreciate that very much. So thank you, Barb. I appreciate you very much. Thank you so much for the gift. It is very, very, very appreciative. Like I said, I do appreciate it, and I do appreciate anybody that does reach out to me and does stuff like that. She's not the only one that has sent me gifts, but like I said, I do not have a P.O. box yet. It is something that I do want to get, and don't feel like it's necessary for anybody to send me anything. Trust me, I got plenty of stuff around me. I don't need anything, you guys. I make do. I go thrifting. I go to the dollar store and stuff like that. I go garage sailing. It's not like I need anything, but I do appreciate it. It is little gestures like this that make me doing what I do very rewarding, and it's very heartwarming. And me hitting 100, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get teary-eyed again. Me hitting 1,000 subscribers this month really really means a lot, and to have wonderful subscribers like you guys that appreciate my work and want to send me stuff like that it means a lot. And I mean, just watching me and commenting and tell me how much you appreciate my stuff and appreciate my company and watching my stuff, that's all I need. That's all I need from you guys. But I do appreciate the gestures, and I do appreciate the gift. So thank you again. But I wanted to share that with you because I'm going to try to use it in my next craft. So let's get into it. So here, guys, I'm going to take this wooden round I got from Dollar Tree. This one's really warped, though. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, the other challenge item that we had to work with was a gift bag. I actually had two ideas in mind, but this is the one that I ended up going with. This one I think I had in my stash since my wedding. As you can see, it's on my wedding day. I don't get rid of anything. But of course, I wanted to, the bag is gorgeous, but I wanted to get rid of that wedding day on there. The flowers were really pretty, and I thought maybe I could get this to be like more of a watercolor look. So I thought maybe if I could match the colors, maybe I can, kind of make it look like a watercolor. I put way too much paint of this on there, and I had to brush some of it back. Of course, I used acrylic, so I had to go over it with like, I don't know, 4 coats. I started off with the yellow one, and I started off with like a pale or a daffodil or something like that, and then I moved on with this very light pale yellow or something like that, pale daffodil or something. I don't know. I don't remember the colors I used, but this is also a very light yellow. And then I kind of use that for the middle, and then I go in with a darker yellow, and I'm kind of working my way around to kind of make a shadow. And I kind of do this until I'm happy with it. And then I kind of do the same thing to the rest of the flowers. I do not show you the pink ones, just because it's kind of the same concept. But it's just basically enough to cover up that wedding day sign. But I really enjoy how this turned out. It is so beautiful once it's done. But I do kind of go over the same process with the blue one, and I kind of show you that. The blue one, I started off with kind of like a, I don't know, it was like a Atlantis or something like that. And the middle of one, I went in with like an antique white. It's like a creamy white. And then I kind of go in with like, I'm not even sure, like bikini, maybe it's mermaid. I don't know. It's like mermaid tail, maybe, or something like that. But I just kind of work my way around. It kind of gives it a little bit of darkened, and I kind of am trying to blend the colors to where it's not so, noticeable that I'm using 3 different colors, but I'm kind of wanting, a little bit of that, like, shadowing that you would get, like, with a normal flower. So I do that with both of the pink ones as well, because you still see the black writing. So I'm just letting you know that I do that with the pink as well. But, like I said, you kind of get the gist of it, so I did delete that footage. I do also go in with a pink to cover up the board or the round, and then I cover the entire thing with Mod Podge. First of all, you got to, this is DIY paint that I'm using, and I need to do a coat over that because it's clay based and everything. But also, we're gonna use our new little iron that we got. So I put down our parchment paper, and we're just ironing it down. Now this is where I did a boo-boo, and and this is just on my own thing. I did not like, after I ironed it down, I realized that I didn't like that it had just the sharp edges. So I went around it after I Mod Podged it down, and I ripped all the edges up because I didn't like that. It didn't look good to me. It was me that I didn't like it. So I went around and I did another coat of Mod Podge, first of all, to cover over those flowers because I didn't want the paint to ever get scratched up, and to cover down all of those edges as well on that I was peeling up, because I wanted to make sure everything was down again. So we did another coat of Mod Podge, and then I did I put down our parchment paper, and then I covered over it again with our little iron to make sure everything was stuck down really well. And then I decided that I wanted it to do a little bit of antiquing on this as well, because that's my style. If you don't like the antique look and the dirty, dingy, old look, then you can skip this step. But I wanted to add a little bit of antiquing wax around the edges and and everything to kind of give it like a wallpaper kind of look that gets been on the wall for a while. So I kind of am dirtying and dusting it up. I do grab a baby wipe and lighten it up a little bit because some spots did get a little dark that I didn't like. I didn't want to go that heavy. I did want the pink to show. So I lightened it up a little bit. And then we're just going to get our string and tie the little tie back on it again. I just tied a couple of knots in the back, cut off the excess, and there you guys have it. Now we got the final reveal, you guys, and I hope you guys enjoyed everything. Please make sure you go and check everybody down at the playlist. Give everybody some love. Let me know which ones you liked, which ones you enjoyed. Definitely go and comment and give me a like. Hit that like button and go check everybody out at the playlist. Go check out Brenda over at Rustic and Lace. Wish her a late happy birthday. And go check out Kathy Joe and Craft Classy and give them some love. And I hope you guys all enjoyed everything, and I am going to try my darndest to get some more videos up for you. I hope everybody has a wonderful Mother's Day with your family. And if you have a mother still, or if you are a mother, I hope you enjoy them and love them. And God bless you all, and have a wonderful week to come. I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye.